Welcome to Bloodbath and Beyond. Today I review Last Shift. All hail the King of Hell. Directed by Anthony DiBlasi, starring Juliana Harkavy, Last Shift is about a rookie police officer who's starting her first shift on the force, where her job is to watch over the closing police station. She has to spend the night there to make sure nothing goes wrong. Little does she know, the history of this station has a dark, nightmarish past that is going to be coming up in The Last Shift. Visually, this film was beautiful. It had great cinematography to it, it had great lighting, and overall, it just looked nice. They had a lot of depth between the character and the setting around her, and it's really interesting because she is really the only one in this film through majority of the film. So there isn't other characters for her to interact with, so it's her versus the environment, and they did a great job showcasing that. This film had really strong pacing to it, and it didn't rely on jump scares. It used more of what the character was doing searching through this abandoned station to figure out what was happening and all the creepy events that were going on. We didn't have people constantly popping out and ghost and demon face, though there were a few and they looked nice. What it relied more on was the character being chased and stalked by something that you weren't going to see until the very end. I really enjoyed the practical effects in this film because what we saw was aftermath of all these deaths. We didn't actually get to see a lot of the killing, but what we saw was possessed spirits and how they died. And it showed really cool makeup designs of people getting shot, and it caught you off guard a lot of the time. What I really liked about this story is the fact that it takes place in an abandoned police station. Normally with paranormal films, you get it at an abandoned hospital or an abandoned asylum, and I like that this is a refreshing take on the genre by playing it with a police station. Because when you're dealing with possessed spirits, you think of crazy people who have died in a hospital or an asylum who are coming back to haunt. Where in this case, we're getting prisoners who committed a serious crime that are just trying to wreak havoc on this closing police station. To play off the story, I didn't like the fact that they incorporated this with Charles Manson and his backstory, because in my opinion, it's just something that's been played out a lot in recent years where people are trying to retell this story. Another part that bugged me was the decisions that the officer was making, because it's her first shift and so much shit is going on that she questions over and over again why she should be there. You can tell from her acting and the way that the character is delivering her lines that yes, she really doesn't want to be here, and there's times that she leaves the building but turns around and comes back in. And I think she could have made better choices in this film. I thought that Last Shift was a unique take on the paranormal genre by putting it in a police station. The fact that we mainly had one character interacting with herself, it was her versus the building, which was cool. Though I felt the pacing of the story and the decisions were poorly executed, the film itself was still an interesting thing to check out. And I do recommend it. So that being said, I'm gonna give this film 3.5 hairs in your food out of 5. As always, thanks for watching. If you've seen it, make sure to comment below to let me know what you thought of the film. If you haven't seen it, then I'm gonna put it in the description below where you can check out Last Shift. And if this is your first time to the channel, make sure to subscribe to stay updated with everything Bloodbath and Beyond.